So tell me about some of your recent goals and what you did to achieve them.
So my most recent goal was dental hygiene school. The issue was once I got into dental hygiene school, I realized that I lived almost 2 hours away, and that was going to be really hard driving every day to school. And so what I ended up doing was I put my house up for sale, or technically rent, and moved into an RV closer to school. That way I would be able to save on money, and then also be able to be more manage my time better. I didn't want to be spending 2 hours in the car, well, 4 hours if you count there and back, on studying or on driving rather than studying. And so I made those decisions because I really wanted to go to dental hygiene school, and so I did that.
Wow, that's really good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, why do you want this position?
So I've always loved the dental field. I actually have several years of experience. I was front office for many years, and then I also was a dental assistant for I think it was 4 or 5 years, I believe. And so I've always loved it. But now with dental hygiene school, I also have the clinical experience, so I am very comfortable in clinical scenarios. I love patients, and I love making people smile, and I love being able to help people every day.
Awesome, awesome. What would you say was your worst failure and how did you handle it?
That's a tough one. So actually, in dental hygiene school, I failed my second clinic semester, and so that meant that I had to repeat it. And so while I was very disappointed, and it was kind of a bummer because that delayed my graduation, what I ended up doing is I kind of reflected on how that semester went, and I made some corrections, and I figured out how to manage my time and got feedback from my instructors and from my classmates, and really applied what they told me and what I had found, and to maybe work better, and applied it. And the next semester I was able to make it happen. And so it really showed me that I can do it and put the work in. And even though it was disappointing, I pushed through because I really wanted to get through dental hygiene school. So
Good, good. Tell me, Dakota, why do you think I should hire you?
as I mentioned before, I have many years of experience in the dental field. I have patient experience working with them. I love working with patients. I am also always open to growth. I went back to school at 30 years old, trying to better myself and really become even more involved with patient care and being able to educate and prevent disease. And I am able to bring a really strong combination of new learning just coming out of dental hygiene school and experience from previous offices.
Excellent, excellent. Tell me, how would you handle a situation where a patient is not satisfied?
Yeah, so if a patient's not satisfied, first off, I would listen to their concerns, see to make sure that they felt heard. Then I would ask follow-up questions to make sure I understood the issues, and then if needed, I would own up to anything that may have been my fault. Otherwise, I would continue to try and solve the issue promptly, and if that involved getting another team member, of course, that would involve them. Otherwise, I would just try and make sure that the issue was solved, and that all who would be necessary to be involved would be involved, and hope that that was enough for the patient to be satisfied.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, tell me about what an ideal day at work looks like to you.
Yeah, so I've worked in many offices. I've worked in a pediatric office where we were very, very fast paced, and then I've also worked in a general practice where, it was a little bit slower, but we had our fast days and our slow days. But honestly, it's somewhere in between. It's me being able to be productive, but also be able to really focus on patient care and being able to individualize each patient's needs. It also looks, I really like the idea of, having a team that is very organized and a very organized person, and being able to understand kind of what the day looks like in advance and being able to, flow well with my other teammates as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So you're just coming out of school. How do you feel you would fit into our practice?
Well, you guys are a private practice, and I love private practice. I've worked in only private practices, honestly, and being able to really stay focused on patient care. I love making relationships with my patients. I really enjoy getting to know them and them getting to know me. Plus, I'm also a very big team player, and so I love that you guys are, kind of family oriented, from what I could tell, from what I researched. And, I love the thought of being a part of, one big, happy dental family. And so I believe that I can bring a good, strong, new, fresh set of eyes, and just coming out of school, I'm adaptable, I'm ready to learn and continue to help your practice grow as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Have you ever had a conflict with a boss or coworker? If so, how did you resolve it? If not, how would you resolve it if something like that were to happen?
Yeah. So I've never had anything super major conflict happen with a boss or a coworker. There was one time where I was actually a floating assistant, so I worked under 3 dentists actually. So I had to accommodate to 3 different dentists and their styles of work. Well, there's one in particular that was very particular about how he wanted the procedure to go. And being a brand new assistant at their office, I was starting to we were both kind of getting frustrated with each other, just because we both didn't know each other and we didn't have the time. And so what I ended up doing is I actually went to the lead assistant that worked with him particularly every day, and asked her kind of her advice and for guidance on how to kind of make things go more smooth and how to help him feel more productive and be able to continue throughout the day. And so I was able to take the notes, and she worked one-on-one with me, and it ended up working out great. And so I was able to kind of balance the extra work put in and then be able to move past it. So
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. So thank you so much for coming in, and we will reach out with next steps.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting you.